6 months later. Ang Al Nabuda Tower ay busy gaya ng dati. Businessmen in suits, tourists, and shoppers filled the lobby. Pero may bago ng favorite spot ang mga empleyado sa ground floor. Isang lugar na laging amoy bawang, toyo at home. Karing's Kitchen, authentic Filipino cuisine. Hindi ito basta karinderya. Ito ay isang high-end bistro na may touch of Filipino warmth. Ang interiors ay gawa sa rattan at capiz shells, imported pa galing Pilipinas. Ang mga ilaw ay malambot at ang musika ay mahinang OPM jazz covers. At ang may-ari, si Maya. Nakatayo siya sa counter, nagche-check ng inventory sa iPad niya. Halata na ang kanyang baby bump. 8 buwan na siyang buntis. She was glowing. Ang balat niya ay makinis. Ang buhok niya ay maayos. At ang aura niya ay hindi na yung takot na sales lady na nanginginig sa harap ng customer. She was a businesswoman. Binuksan niya ang negosyong ito gamit ang sarili niyang ipon at isang business loan mula kay Tarek na may kontratang babayaran niya monthly. Mapilit si Maya dito. Even though she was carrying his child, she refused to be a kept woman. She wanted to prove that she could stand on her own 2 feet.
Mamaya,
Tawag ng head waiter niya.
full house na po tayo for lunch. Sir Tarek just ordered 3 orders of beef sisig for the boardroom.
Napangiti si Maya. Okay, make it extra spicy for him. He's stressed today. Habang busy si Maya, naririnig niya ang bulungan ng ilang customers sa gilid, mga socialites na napadaan lang.
Is that her? The owner?
Yes, that's the one Tariq Al Nabuda keeps. I heard she was a maid he bought from an agency. Look at her stomach. She definitely trapped him.
Sayang, she's pretty. But you know, money talks.
Humigpit ang hawak ni Maya sa iPad. 6 months. 6 na buwan na silang kasal ni Tarek sa papel. The morning after the assault, Tarek kept his promise. Judge Al Mansuri came to the penthouse. Pumirma sila ng nikah contract. Legal na silang mag-asawa. Legal na ang bata. Pero walang nakakaalam maliban kay Sarah, Umi at sa legal team. Sa mata ng publiko, isa pa rin siyang mistress. Isang maid na nabuntis ng bilyonaryo at binigyan ng negosyo bilang pampalubag loob. Tarek wanted to announce it many times but Maya stopped him. She was scared. She wanted to build her armor first. Pero ngayon, habang hinihimas niya ang tiyan niya, nare-realize niya na hindi sapat ang papel. Bumukas ang glass door. Pumasok ang isang lalaking nakasuit, gwapo at makapangyarihan. Tumahimik ang restaurant. Lahat ng mata ay nakay Tariq Al Nabuda. Dumiretso siya kay Maya. Hindi pinapansin ng mga nakatingin. He walked with the confidence of a man who owned the building, but his eyes were soft.
Hi.
Bati ni Tarek, leaning over the counter to kiss her cheek publicly. Then, he placed a large hand on her swollen stomach.
How's my little prince today?
He is kicking, tawa ni Maya, placing her hand over his. He's hungry. Or maybe he just hates your tie?
It's a silk tie.
Tarek chuckled.
He has a taste for finer things, like his father.
Tarek leaned closer, whispering so only she could hear.
Are you ready for tonight?
Napabuntong hininga si Maya. The annual Al Nabuda Charity Gala, ang pinakamalaking event ng taon. Andoon lahat, ang mga business partners, ang media, at ang mga matapobreng socialites na nagkakalat ng chismis. Do I have to go? Tanong ni Maya, insecurity creeping in. I look like a wail in my gown, and everyone will stare. They will whisper that I am just the maid you dragged along.
Let them stare.
Tarek said firmly, lifting her chin with his finger.
You are beautiful. And tonight, we end the whispers. Tonight, we rewrite the story.
Ang ballroom ng Emirates Palace ay puno ng glitz at glamour. Gold ceilings, crystal chandeliers, and the size of cars. Ang bango ng fresh lilies at mamahaling pabango ay nahahalo sa hangin. Pagpasok ng limousine sa entrance, nagkikislapan ng mga kamera. Bumaba si Tarek, suot ang kanyang finest tuxedo. Inalalayan niya si Maya. Suot ni Maya ang isang emerald green gown na gawa ng isang sikat na Filipino designer. It hugged her baby bump elegantly. She looked regal. Pero pagpasok nila sa ballroom, naramdaman niya ang bigat ng tingin ng mga tao. Nagbulungan ang lahat.
That's her? The one from the agency?
He's huge. Giving birth soon?
Why is she here? Usually men leave the mistresses at home for these events.
Look at the way he holds her. Maybe she put a spell on him.
Rinig ni Maya ang lahat. Gusto niyang tumakbo pabalik sa kotse. Gusto niyang magtago sa kusina ng restaurant niya. Humigpit ang hawak niya sa braso ni Tarek. Nanginginig ang kamay.
Chinob, Mrs. Elnabuda.
Bulong ni Tarek, gamit ang apelyidong walang ibang nakakaalam.
You are the queen here. Act like it.
Dinala siya ni Tarek sa VIP table. Naandoon si Sarah at si Umi. Even Tarek's mother looked fierce tonight. Umi smiled at Maya and patted the seat beside her.
Sit here, Habibti. You need to rest your feet.
Seeing Umi accept her publicly gave Maya a boost of courage. The event started. Auction. Millions of dirhams were being raised for charity. Paintings were sold. Vintage cars were bought. Then, it was time for the keynote speech. Umakyat si Tarek sa stage. The spotlight hit him. He looked every inch the billionaire king, commanding, untouchable.
Good evening.
Tarek began, his voice echoing in the silent hall.
Tonight we raised money for those who have nothing. We spoke about value, about price.
Tumingin siya sa crowd. Live din itong napapanood sa social media at sa national TV. Nakatutok ang mga kamera. Alam ni Maya na nanonood ang mga dating katrabaho niya sa mall. Alam niyang nanonood ang mga marites.
Many of you know the rumors.
Tarek continued, his tone shifting from professional to personal.
You whisper in the hallways. You whisper that I have a woman who was purchased. That I bought a companion from an agency catalog.
Naggasp ang audience. The silence was deafening. No one expected him to address the scandal. Even Sarah looked surprised. Nanlamig si Maya. Ano bang ginagawa niya?
Let me clarify.
Tarek said firmly, gripping the podium.
6 months ago, I was a bankrupt man. Not in money, I have billions. But in spirit. I was empty. I was alone in a tower of gold. I was surrounded by people who only loved my signature on a check.
Tumingin siya kay Maya. Their eyes locked across the crowded room.
Then I met Maya. Yes, I paid an agency fee to find help. I admit that. But what I found was not a servant. What I found was my savior.
Naglakad si Tarek pababa ng stage. Dala ang wireless microphone, naglakad siya papunta sa table ni Maya. Nahawi ang mga tao, parang Red Sea.
They say she is love for sale.
Tariq announced, his voice booming with emotion.
Because she came with a receipt. Because she came from poverty.
Huminto siya sa harap ni Maya. Inabot niya ang kamay nito at dahan-dahang pinatayo. Maya stood up, trembling, holding her baby bump.
But let me tell you what she gave me.
Tariq said softly, but the microphone carried his words to the world.
She gave me a home when I only had a house. She gave me warmth when I was cold. She defended my name when I acted like a beast. She saved me from my own darkness.
He placed a hand on her stomach.
And now, she is giving me a legacy. A son.
Humarap si Tariq sa camera, sa mga chismosa, sa mga business partners na tumatawa sa likod niya noon.
We have been married privately for months.
Tariq revealed, dropping the first bomb.
But I realized, Baber is not enough. Hiding her behind a legal document is not enough.
Tariq knelt on one knee. The crowd screamed. Flashbulbs exploded like fireworks. Bumunot si Tariq ng isang maliit na velvet box. Binuksan niya ito. Isang singsing na may dambuhalang canary yellow diamond. Rare, flawless, and worth more than the entire mall Maya used to work in.
So to everyone asking how much she cost,
Tariq looked up at her, eyes shining with tears.
she is priceless.
Napahawak si Maya sa bibig niya, tumutulo ang luha.
Maya de la Cruz El Nabuda.
Tariq said clearly,
I married you on Baber to protect you. Now, I am asking you to marry me in front of the world to honor you. Will you let me spend the rest of my life trying to be worthy of your love?
Maya nodded, unable to speak, choked by happiness. Yes, Tariq. Sinuot ni Tariq ang singsing sa daliri niya. Tumayo siya at hinalikan si Maya. A kiss that was respectful yet possessive, claiming her soul in front of the elite. The room erupted. Palakpakan, sigawan, even the haters were crying. Even the stiff businessmen were clapping. In one moment, Tariq didn't just propose. He destroyed the stigma. He turned her shame into a crown. Habang nagkakagulo sa gala sa isang madilim na selda sa Abu Dhabi Central Prison, nanonood si Ahmad sa maliit na TV sa holding area. Duguan pa rin ang reputasyon niya pagkatapos ng insidente sa opisina kung saan sinubukan niyang gahasain si Maya, hindi siya tinantanan ni Tariq. Tariq used every lawyer, every connection, every ounce of power he had. Tinambakan siya ng kaso, assault, harassment, at ang pinakamasakit, Tariq dug up old dirt, fraud, embezzlement, illegal dealings. Wasak ang kumpanya ni Ahmad. Ubos ang yaman niya sa piyansa at abogado. Wala nang gustong makipag-business sa kanya. He was a pariah. Nakita niya ang proposal sa TV. Nakita niya ang saya ni Maya. Nakita niya si Tariq na nakaluhod, ang lalaking muntik nang pumatay sa kanya. Pinatay ni Ahmad ang TV at yumuko sa sulok. Talo na siya. Samantala, sa Pilipinas naman, isang maliit na computer shop sa Laguna. Nakita ni Kiko ang viral video sa Facebook. Trending worldwide. Arab billionaire proposed to former nanny at the Royal Gala. Pinanood niya ito ng paulit-ulit. Nakita niya ang singsing, Canary Diamond. Nag-google siya ng presyo, $5 million. Nalaglag ang panga ni Kiko. Tiningnan niya ang sarili niya. Wala na ang Suzuki Raider 150. Naibenta na niya ito dahil wala din naman siyang pambili ng gas. Wala na rin si Rina. Iniwan siya nung nalamang wala na siyang sugar mommy sa abroad. Wala naman siyang nakuhang permanenteng trabaho.
Sayang,
Bulong ni Kiko. Puno ng panghihinayang.
bilyonaryo pala yon. Kung hindi ko sana niloko, baka nasa Dubai na rin ako ngayon.
Nag-scroll down siya sa comment section. Nakita niyang comment ni Gemma, yung kaaway ni Maya sa mall. Gemma,
Grabe, ang swerte ni Maya. Sabi ko nang ba mabait yan eh. Best friend ko yan, dati sa perfume shop. Congrats, Bessie!
napailing na lang si Kiko. Ang mundo nga naman, bilog. Kapag nasa taas ka na, lahat kaibigan ka. He tried to type a message to Maya.
Hi babe, congrats! Baka naman!
Pero nang hinahanap na niya ang profile ni Maya, hindi niya na ito makita. Apparently, Maya has already blocked him on Facebook. Huli na ang lahat. Pagkatapos ng gala, tumakas sina Tarek at Maya. Hindi sila umuwi sa penthouse. Hindi sila dumiretso sa after party. Dinala ni Tarek si Maya sa luma nilang apartment. Na-miss ni Tarek ang simpleng bahay at buhay nila dati kung saan nagsimula ang lahat. Kung saan siya nagkaroon ng lagnat. Kung saan sila nagluto ng tinola. Walang ilaw. Candles lang ang nakasindi. Tahimik. Why are we here? Tanong ni Maya. Hinihimas ang singsing niya na kumikinang sa dilim. We have guests at the hotel.
Let them eat cake.
Sagot ni Tarek. Hinubad niya ang kanyang tuxedo jacket at niluwagan ang tie. He kicked off his shoes.
Because this is real. The gala was for them. This is for us.
He walked over to her and helped her unzip her heavy gown. She changed into her comfortable oversized shirt, his shirt. He pulled her close, swaying slowly to the imaginary music in the living room.
Are you happy?
Tanong ni Tarek, resting his forehead against hers. Very happy. Bulong ni Maya. I feel light, as if all the heavy loads disappeared. Thank you, Tarek, for validating me, for defending me.
I will always defend you.
Tarek vowed. But Tarek, your speech at the gala? Maya giggled softly.
Did you like it?
Yes, but there's something wrong.
What?
Tarek pulled back slightly, pretending to be offended.
I wrote that myself.
Ngumiti si Maya, touching his face. You said you were bankrupt in spirit? Sabi ni Maya. But you forgot to say you were also terrible at cooking fried eggs. Natawa si Tarek ng malakas. The rich, deep laugh that Maya loved. Not the polite CEO laugh, but the belly laugh of a happy man.
Okay.
Tarek admitted.
I was terrible. I burned the toast. But I had a good teacher.
He kissed her forehead, then her nose, then her lips.
I promise you, Maya.
Tarek whispered against her mouth.
No more transactions. No more hiding. Just us and our baby.
And tinola? Maya teased.
Every week.
Tarek vowed solemnly.
Tinola every week. Even if I become the richest man in the world, I will still eat tinola with you.
They laughed, holding each other in the dim light of the kitchen. Sa labas ng apartment, sila ang usap-usapan ng buong mundo. Ang billionaire at ang nanny. Ang Cinderella story ng Middle East. Pero sa loob ng 4 na sulok na yon, wala silang pakialam sa presyo ng mundo. Wala silang pakialam sa titulo. Dahil ang pagmamahal nila, gaya ng sabi ni Tarek, sa harap ng libo-libong tao, ay walang katumbas na halaga. It was and always would be priceless. Hello kabayan! Maraming salamat sa pagsubaybay sa Kwentong Pag-ibig True Stories channel. Sana nagustuhan nyo itong chapter ng kwentong ito. Para ma-notify ka kapag na-publish na ang susunod na chapter, please subscribe and hit the notification bell para lagi kang updated sa talaga namang kaabang-abang na mga kwentong pag-ibig. Salamat ulit at hanggang sa muli.